This is a story that everybody's here for. And I'm sorry that it took me an hour and 35 minutes to get to it. But like I said, there's so much shit going on. But there's a story, Politico dropped this bombshell story. And I know everybody talks about their stories being bombshells, but there's a story coming out of Politico where young Republicans, at least they call themselves young Republicans. Most of these people are between the ages of 18 and 40. I don't know if you're 40, you can still call yourself a young Republican, but you know, either as it may. They were in their group chats wilding, son. They were out here saying some crazy shit, right? And so Politico published these text messages, and right now, man, some of these Republicans are trying to, they call themselves running away from it, you know? Now, this Politico article is quite long. I did read this while I was at work a couple days ago, but I'm going to read a little bit from this, and then we're going to actually kind of get into some of the reactions that have resulted from this story. So let's see. I'm reading from the Politico article. It says, leaders of young Republican groups throughout the country worried what would happen if the Telegram chat ever got leaked, but they kept typing anyway. They referred to black people as monkeys and the watermelon people, and they mused about putting their political opponents in gas chambers. They talked about raping their enemies and driving them to suicide, and lauded Republicans who they believed supported slavery.
Niggas.
Yeah, man. William Hendricks, the Kansas Young Republicans vice chair, used the words nigga and nigga in very he hit the N-I-G-G-U-H, y'all. He's very versed in using nigga. Variations of a racial slur more than a dozen times in the chat. Bobby Walker, the vice chair of the New York State Young Republicans at the time, referred to rape as epic. Peter Juenta, who at the time was chair of the same organization, wrote a message sent in June that everyone that votes no is going to the gas chamber. Juenta was referring to an upcoming vote on whether he should become chair of the Young Republicans National Federation, the GOP's 15,000-member political organization for Republicans between the ages of 18 and 40. I'm going to create some of the greatest physiological torture methods known to man. We only want true believers, he continued. Two members of the chat responded. Let's see. Here's a text exchange. It says, matter of fact, let me go ahead and pull this up so you guys can see. I'm just going to be reading this shit. Y'all can see this shit. So y'all can see what I'm reading, see what I'm seeing. Hell. Everyone that votes no is going to the gas chamber, and everyone that endorsed but then votes for us is going to the gas chamber. When do we start bullying, dude? We have a solid 3 people who could probably have them want to jump. If they vote for us, why would they be gassed? When do we bring that side out? I'm going to create some of the greatest physiological torture methods known to man. We only want true believers. And someone else says, Joe Magliano says, can we fix the showers? Gas chambers don't fit the Hitler aesthetic. And AK, who is Ann K. Caddy, she says, I'm ready to watch people burn now. We got to pretend that we like them. Hey, come on in. Take a nice shower and relax. Boom, they're dead. Can we fix the showers? Gas chambers don't fit the Hitler aesthetic. Joe Magliano, who previously identified himself as the general counsel for the New York State Young Republicans. I'm ready to watch people burn. Annie Caddy K, New York's national committee member. The exchange is part of a trove of Telegram chats obtained by Politico and spanning more than 7 months of messages among young Republican leaders in New York, Kansas, Arizona, and Vermont. The chat offers an unfiltered look at how a new generation of GOP activists talk when they think no one is listening. Now, someone said, hey, if these motherfucking messages ever come back out, we screwed. And I know there's somebody right now in the Republican Party who was in them chat messages and they were like, yo, they was talking to them, not in the messages, but in person, telling them this.
Delete all that shit! Delete all that shit! That's playing with you, piggy!
But they kept talking. They kept talking. They thought they was, this is how, here's what they think about you. Here's what they think about you. It says the exchange is part of a trove obtained by Politico spanning more than 7 months of messages from young Republican leaders in Kansas, Arizona, and Vermont. The chat offers an unfiltered look at how a new generation of GOP activists talk when they think no one is listening. Since Politico began making inquiries, one member of the group chat is no longer employed at their job. Okay. Another's job offer was rescinded.
That's the same attitude that got your ass fired in the first place.
Prominent New York Republicans, including Representative Elise Stefanik and Senate Minority Leader Robert Ort, have denounced the chat, and festering resentments among young Republicans have now turned into public recriminations, including allegations of character assassination, and extortion. Here's what I'm going to say about this, man. Because we're not going to go through this whole article. Like I said, this entire it's a long article. You got to read it for yourself, okay? It's a very long article. But here's the thing, man.
They are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
They not saying anything we didn't think that the motherfuckers were saying in private anyway. I don't know nobody, especially anybody black. Anybody black. I don't know anybody who is surprised by what the fuck you've been hearing these young Republicans saying. As a matter of fact, I'd be more surprised if somebody was like, yo, man, I can't believe they said that. Because, nigga, we were like, I would be looking at you like,
that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. No wonder you get D's and everything.
No wonder you get D's and everything. Because, nigga, how the fuck could you not? How could you not? Right? So, interestingly enough, the Black Conservative Federation, oh shit, did they take this down? I'll be damned. They took it down. So the Black Conservative Federation, they had a statement. I had it saved here, but for whatever reason, Twitter no longer has it on their website. Let me see if I can find out what their statement was again. Because okay, so I'm gonna read this here from Google. It says on October 14th, the BCF posted a statement on X, formerly Twitter, in which it condemned the vile racist language found in the group chat, stated that racism is not conservatism. I don't know where you niggas got that from. Declared that silence is complicity and leadership requires courage, indicating that inaction is unacceptable. Okay. Y'all say that. They say that inaction is unacceptable. Glad y'all said that. If that's the case, then how would the Black Conservative Federation explain the Vice President of the United States, after this shit came out, essentially downplaying the entire goddamn thing? This is what we get from the Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance, when this came out. He was on the Charlie Kirk show just yesterday, and this is what he had to say about it. Let me go ahead and pull this up so you guys again can watch right along with your boy. Let me do this. Let me add to the scene, and I'm gonna let this go ahead and play in silence because fuck y'all commercial, nigga. Fuck y'all commercial. Yeah. For those of you who are watching, I guess y'all see who the commercial is, but for those of you who be listening later, y'all won't know, and that is the motherfucking point. Right? But this is a long fucking commercial for goddamn. Okay, we got 8 seconds left on this shit. Yeah. Move it along. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, get the fuck off my screen. All right, here we go.
Politically powerful, a person who is very politically powerful, who is about to become one of the most powerful law enforcement officers in the country, that person seriously wishing for political violence and political assassination is 1,000 times worse. Okay, this particular instance right now, what JD Vance is doing is he's doing some whataboutism shit. I believe there's a guy who's running for attorney general in the state of Virginia, who they say has some very questionable, social media posts and what have you. But for whatever reason, JD Vance isn't, just coming out and saying, "Hey, this is fucked up," and they shouldn't have said this. No, he has to do the what about. He has to go about the whataboutism game. He can't just come out and say, "Nah, this is fucked up, and we abhor this. We don't support this." He can't do that.
He has to do the whataboutism game. And so that's what he's engaging in right now.
Than what a bunch of young people, a bunch of kids say in a group chat.
Okay, so here's the other part. He says what a bunch of young people, what a bunch of kids said in a group chat. Again, these motherfuckers are from the ages of 18 to 40. And some of them were already working. One person in this group chat is working in the Trump administration right now. Right fucking now. These ain't kids, nigga. These are fully functioning fucking adults out here working in Republican politics and are the future of the Republican Party going forward. So to act as though they're just kids and they're just talking crazy, yada. Now get the fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here.
However offensive it might be, that's just reality. And if you allow yourself to be distracted by this person's incredible endorsement, disgusting endorsement of political assassination, by focusing on what kids are saying in a group chat, grow up.
Okay. So, yeah, the current vice president of the United States is saying that, like, yeah, they were just kids and they were just talking crazy in the group chat and y'all need to grow up. Listen, man, this is the future of the Republican Party. All right? This is the future of the Republican Party. Many of them are already actively working in working for Republican politicians, working in this current White House. Many of them are not children. While he tries to, infantilize these motherfuckers, they are not children. They are fully functioning working adults. And this is how they communicate when they think nobody is listening or watching. And the thing is, like I said,
They are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
let them off the hook, but also to every black person who voted Republican in the last 10 years, I really want, I swear, man, because I got niggas I used to love, bro, who voted for this shit. Who voted for this? And every other day I think about these niggas, man, like, what the fuck happened to you? To where you think that this is okay. These people do not like you. They despise you. They despise you. You can be a useful idiot for their cause, but ultimately, they can't stand your black ass. Which is why it was important for me to see what the fuck the Black Conservative Federation had to say about this. So while they're out here talking about, silence is complicity, okay, J.D. Vance is basically infantilized the motherfuckers who said, yeah, it's just some kids. So what are y'all gonna do next? What are y'all gonna do? Because honestly, all of the conservative black folks, I ain't heard Candace Owens talking about this shit. I ain't heard Officer Tatum talking about this shit. All the black conservative coon ass niggas, who really be out here on the shucking and jiving shit, who really be on that. All you niggas that really be on that shucking and jiving shit, I ain't heard y'all say nothing. Not a motherfucking mumbling word. I hear mice pissing on cotton. I don't hear y'all. And we did not have to be here. That's the thing that really pisses me off the most. We did not have to fucking be here. Bruh. Dog, they out here calling y'all watermelon people. One of these motherfuckers, man, he said, somebody asked him if he watched the basketball game. And he said, and one of these guys said, if I wanted to watch monkeys play with balls, I would go to a zoo. That's what they think of you. That's what they think of you. And so, yeah, man, this is part of the reason why when I see, I was at work earlier this week, man. Earlier this week, there was a house I had to go to work on. Guy got Trump signs all over the fucking front of the house, along with the Halloween decorations and shit. Now, the election has been over for over almost a year now. The fact that you still have Trump van signs out in the front of your house is a choice. In a black neighborhood, that's a choice. You want people to know that you on the you with that shit, right? And in the back of my mind, I have no respect for this motherfucker whatsoever, but I gotta be professional. Right? I gotta be professional. But yeah, like this idea that we've seen Vivek Ramaswamy get, you know, his wake-up call again. We've seen how ICE has gone into not just the brown people that y'all think have taken resources away from black people, but also accosted black people, taking them out of their homes, fucked up their apartments, and snatched them away from their kids. We've seen them do that. And now we are seeing like 300,000 black women lose their jobs because of Doge and the government shutdown. Now we're seeing, you know, the remnants of that. We're seeing the disrespect of, you know, our history when it comes to how they have attacked the African American History Museum in Washington, D.C., the Smithsonian, and they're talking about how it focuses way too much on slavery. There are 5 floors on that goddamn museum. Only 1 or 2 maybe has a slavery displays. It is about the emergence of black people above that. And anybody who's been to that museum would know that. The disrespect that they've shown to the Tuskegee Airmen. You've got a Florida congressperson, state representative, who wants to force all of the schools that receive state funding to change the name of a prominent road on their school campuses to Charlie Kirk. Name their school, those roads after Charlie Kirk. Even the HBCUs, who Charlie Kirk would have been very antagonistic towards. So every time I see a black person aligning themselves with this, the first thing I'm like, just...
Who are these niggas? We need to stay away from these niggas.
Straight up. Every day this Republican Party goes out and disrespects your people. Disrespects your history, disrespects your heritage. And the fact that there are still people within our community who think about being just the contrarian for contrarian's sake makes me fucking sick to my stomach. I have no respect for you. Absolutely none. Absolutely fucking none. But yeah.